have a song and a message for you. I just came up with the tune recently, and I'm researching to know if there's another tune like it before saying it's my own and before getting copyright. So here it goes. Tangazo, 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 wewe ni mshindi. Tangazo, tangazo, wewe ni mshindi. Haijalishi ya, haijalishi uliopitia. Tangazo, 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 wewe ni mshindi. That's the message of the season. And whatever emotional battles you are going through, you will win. Remember that song by JK in Car? I hope you do. And now I'm coming up with Tangazo Wewe ni Mshindi. The song in English says, that I have an announcement. Announcement, announcement, you're a winner. So in whatever emotional trauma you're going through, you can win. And emotional trauma is a very, very bad thing that happens to you, and it damages your psyche, and sometimes it can alter the way you function forever. It makes some people not to function well afterwards, especially if they don't go through healing. There are some parts of trauma that will never go away until you die, like it's permanent trauma that will just need to know how do you deal with that kind of trauma, and that's exactly just what you need to know. And how you need to heal from trauma. Number one, we've been talking about crying. People take crying for granted, like smiling. She's having fun. Kama kona stress ama mambo ya chini inaeta. Yeah, you can see. You can, she's having fun. Having fun and laughing if maybe you're at work. Laugh with people, crack jokes, and please don't take it personal because it's all about having fun at work. Like for me, I would say I've had some trauma before, just a little one, say maybe just a little one. And one of the ways I got it out is through writing, through praying, through going to church, and through exercising. And I really used to get a bike and just cycle for kilometers, cycle for very, very far, and meet a very good friend or a very good relative, or just meet no one. Alternatively, you can also take something you like, a good drink, to your day. You can add some good drink to your day. Maybe you love coffee, or maybe you love hamburger, or maybe you love pizza, or maybe you like chocolate cake, or maybe you like vanilla cake, or maybe you like the cupcakes. Whatever you like, buy yourself. If it's a haircut, get a nice haircut. If it's some nice clothes, get some nice clothes. If you can afford to wear new, stylish, clean, comfortable clothes every day, the better, because it will help you every day to feel something different and something new and bolder about you. If you dress bold, you'll be bold, and that is my challenge of the season, to dress bold and to be bold. And remember, whatever challenge you are going through, in the words of Beyonce Knowles, surviving that challenge will strengthen you. So don't quit, even if you're struggling with an addiction because of now these traumas. Like I would say, I've had witchcraft attacks in the night where I have been, you know, getting so traumatized, and I wake up in the night screaming, and it became so traumatizing before in my life, and I had to go through a healing process. God used to take me through a healing process, and listening to great music and talking to great men and women of God has helped me to come to a place where I feel that now I can move on my own 2 feet. I may not be out of the woods yet, but it's a good day to still continue fighting. And so that trauma really stays in your body, that fear. Sometimes you even fear falling asleep. That was my kind of pain. And but I was be able to go to get through it, and to use diplomacy skills and benevolent autocracy to just reason well with everyone. And that we are in life for a very short time, and we can't afford to hate, and we can't afford to fall to find. So it's when you are, it's not just the people who are in the military who get PTSD. We all know that, or combat veterans. Taraji P Henson did her peace of mind, and she started the Gabrielle Union, and it was just an amazing honor watching people coming out to say, hey, I dealt with this, and I may be still dealing with this, but we can come together and do it. And that's the importance of having a gladiator tribe, like what Lisa Nichols does, like what Taraji P. Henson is up to, creating a tribe of people who are fighting against mental health stigma. Mental health awareness is a must. I'm not mad or anything. Actually, I have been able to get to a place where I can talk to you, meaning I'm healthy and I'm well, and I do not take it for granted. And I thank you guys, and I want to empower you that you got this, that you will win. So apart from crying and laughing, but they laughing, when you just laugh or dancing, create some positive vibes around you. Dancing, laughing, um, singing, these ones can help you to get out of, trauma is mostly a low vibrational energy. Most traumas are low vibrational energy. So look out for some great activities to do. You can even decide to shower. Just a second. And you can decide to even take a bath, or decide to go cycling, or you can decide to go for a massage and decide to ask someone for a hug. You can. I'm not advocating for it. You can do whatever it is that your system needs. There are people. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. So you work with whatever motivational quotes that go with you. If you don't do motivational quotes, whatever works for you. But I am here for the person who is feeling alone, and they are feeling that they are fighting a battle of addiction, fighting a battle of loneliness, fighting a battle of witchcraft attacks, fighting battles of mental pain, fighting silent battles. I'm here to remind you that, Yena, you are not alone. This is your brother in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say I love you and I believe in you, it's not for a lack of words. We are in this together. As I have told you, I am a survivor, a victor of witchcraft attacks. I have gone through them, they traumatized me. And as I explained earlier with Rhoda Kara, witchcraft is not just an African phenomenon. Witchcraft is not just a Kamba phenomenon. Witchcraft is part of hatred and anger, and it's all over the continent. Even in Europe, wherever, they have been through the same. So whatever battles you are fighting, millions of other people are going through it, and they are not giving up. And they are waking up every day, and they are being strong, because there's no other choice than to try and be and bring it on harder and harder. There is no other choice than to toe the line or face the consequences of the same. Whether you get a job or not, bring your A game. Whether that relationship work or not, bring your A game. And at the end of the day, you will never be disappointed. By giving it 100, you will heal. If you look for help, talk to a therapist, cry, journal, take a massage, take a walk, cycle, do whatever it is that you need to be happy. Talk to your friend or your boyfriend, eat something good, prepare yourself something good, buy a nice clothes, savor that fragrance, especially lavender takes away a lot of stress. You can decide to buy a lavender spray or whatever spray that works for you, or roll on or whatever. For me, I go with I know it's garlish. I go with strawberry flavor most of the time. And also avoiding habits. It's a battle. I'm trying to avoid some bad habits that can deter you from attaining your goals. And we are doing this as a tribe. So join my tribe. I'm starting it. Remember, the Fame Foundation. It's 6 months into the year, and it's a good time to check about our energies. Are we still hydrating? Are we still eating healthy and eating well? Are we sleeping for the 9 hours, or are we spending all the time on social media? Are we having fun and being responsible? Are we being accountable? Yes, the other party is wrong. The other party has offended you. But what part also? How do you accept that your actions contribute to the way other people feel negatively and cause them to react in a bad way? Are we being accountable for our actions? Are we just toying around? And at the end of the day, you go 6 by 6, having joked your way on earth. Yes, it's good to have the comedy. Na wapembe tena samba tana. But at the end of the day, are we adding some vibe to the comedy? Are we adding some positive vibe to the comedy? Or we are making our art, our comedy look funny in front of the international eye? Are we criticizing those who are doing degrees as if going to university is a crime? Whether you will go to university or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you bring to the table and what you do with that university education. So I urge you going through emotional trauma to feel that you have a lot of support, not from just me, from Lisa Nichols, from Bishop T.D. Jakes, from Reverend Ruth Wamoyo, from Wahukagwi, from all these great inspirational artists on social media who are doing you good and inspiring you and motivating you every day. Breathe in and out. And yes, it's good to take your mind to that side of it's never that serious, because your brain is like a steering wheel. If you steer your brain to the side of I'm offended and it's that serious, and you will and low vibes, it will always be on low vibes. But if you laugh, if you dance, if you create poetry, if you write great articles, if you hydrate, if you do what you need to do, you'll get to the other half of the year stronger and better and making the right choices. If you can take some omega 3, please do. If you can exercise, please do. And whatever you do, don't lose hope. We got this. Whatever trauma you are going through, maybe you are in the service, in the military, and you've worked there and you've been through so much trauma that you feel it will never go away. You can manage it and be happy. Or maybe you are raped. Those who raped you see you and mock you and ridicule you every day. Or maybe you are attacked emotionally, verbally, through witchcraft, maybe, like I was, and the perpetrators endeared and put their best foot forward to see to it that you're an object of shame and disgrace. But the Lord turned it. He turned your story to your glory and your pain to your gain. Give thanks, because that's what He does. Appreciate what He has already done. Appreciate the fact that you can acknowledge that you're facing and going through trauma. And the first step in healing is acknowledging. Most of us don't acknowledge that we are sick. We do not acknowledge that we are poor. At first, we do not acknowledge it, so we live in denial. And until you acknowledge that you have a problem, you will never solve it. Until you acknowledge that you are being oppressed, until you are strong enough to stand up for your right as the youth, you will never get to the top of it unless you acknowledge and fight for your rights. And luta continua. And thank you so much for watching. Don't give up on the fight towards your healing. Don't give up on the fight towards your freedom. Don't give up on the fight. We are in this together. Someday we could meet, or someday we could only be on this video vibration together because of socioeconomic factors, because of maybe you are in a faraway country and we could never meet. But never ever forget that you are not alone and you're the best that there could have ever been, and you're worth it. You are worth it. Thank you. Well, nimeongea sana.